Those of you that are beginning grandparents, think back to what that sounded like in September. Now give them another round of applause, would you? They've been working really, really hard. Do I need this if I just talk loud? No, I don't need it. Darn. They've been working really, really hard. I'm really proud of their accomplishments over the last couple of months. We're going to keep going. Our next tune is Obasana. It's a folk song, and you're going to hear it in 3 different versions. The first one is just the melody. Then they're going to play a harmony line for you, and then they're going to put the 2 together so you can hear harmony and melody all at the same time. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate a little bit about how music is different than all of the other subjects in school. Raise your hand, parents, if you were a band person when you were about their age. So a handful of you. So a lot of you might think, okay, I send them to school, they do all their classes, band is just one of their classes. But what if our students only got an A? Realize A is a big spread, right? 90% to 100, that's an A. What if we played a well-known folk song that you probably know, but we didn't do it 100%? I often tell my kids, tell our students, tell the parents, we are competing against perfection all the time, right? If we change even one note, we are no longer performing what the composer has intended. Well, it's still an A, it's enough, right? It's good enough. No. And so we are constantly striving for perfection. Do we always get it? No. Is that okay? Sometimes. Do we try really, really hard? Absolutely. And so I wanted to do a little demonstration. We're going to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star for you, just about half of it. And the first time we play it, we're going to play it as perfect as we possibly can. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that's absolutely no wrong notes. All right? That's pretty good. What happens though if each child sitting right here misses only one note? Well, that's still a 95%. I did the math wrong. It's still a 95% if each child were to only miss one note. Every child on stage would still get 95%. What does that sound like though? What a difference between striving for perfection and just doing good enough and getting an A. What happens if we only got a 90%? That means each scaffolding is 2 notes. Just 2. Getting farther and farther away from what the actual tune is, aren't we? Well, what about 85%? I know there are some classes that if I had gotten an 85%, I'd have done backflips. And so what if we found, and we got an 85%, that would be 3 notes incorrect. Each child on stage, this is only 3 notes. We're not at Twinkle Twinkle Little Star anymore. And now that doesn't even take into account tone quality, rhythm, tempo, and beat. And so there's so much to go into what we do in our class every single day. We are constantly striving for perfection, pushing to compete against perfection, and trying to do our absolute best every single time. And of course, we know about all that right and left brain stuff and how our brains grow and get better and we're smarter and we're just overall better when we do music, right? Now, I'm not going to leave that in your ears. I'm not going to leave that in my ears. So we're going to do all of Twinkle Twinkle, and we're going to do it as amazing as possible, and we're going to hope so much that we are perfect. Before we play our last song for this group, I want to give you a little heads up about what Beginning Band is working on and going to be starting in the next couple of weeks. Some of you might have noticed there are 2 nice, big, awesome tubas sitting in our back row. So, beginning band instruments, flute, clarinet, trumpet, saxophone, trombone. There's only 5 of them. But those beginning band instruments will only take us so far in our band life. They're great instruments to start on, but we cannot be competitive if that's all we ever do. If you ever go to an orchestra or even a high school band concert, you're hearing tubas, you're hearing horns, French horns, you're hearing bassoons and oboes, and all of these extra instruments that are needed to be able to play more advanced music. And so around this time of year, we start asking students if they would be interested in switching. I jumped on these guys to get them to switch to tuba, and they are amazing. Can I tell you that they joined our class? I had a lesson with a friend of mine, came in, worked with them one day. By the end of that week, they were in class playing all this stuff with us. It's been great. So what we're going to work on after this, we still, though, desperately need horns. Some of you might think of them as French horns. They're not actually French. The International Horn Society said that they weren't French in like 1970 something. So they're horns, but a lot of you know them as a French horn. We desperately need those. They're pretty, they're shiny, the school has some to let you borrow. Flutes make the absolute best switches to horn, right, Sarah? There you go, there it is. Look how pretty and shiny. And so we have a metric ton of flutes in our band for sixth graders. I love to switch sixth graders because they're little sponges, and then I get to have them for 2 more years after I switch them. So if you have a child who plays flute, you might want to talk to them about switching to horn. I've already got my bassoon lined up to switch. I've got an oboe lined up to switch, but we desperately need horns. 4 of them will rock. So think about that, horn player or flute parents. I'm doing this. Smile. All right. So we're gonna play our very last tune for you. What's kind of fun about this tune is every section of the band gets their own little one-measure solo, including the conductor. That's me.
Thank you.